Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. Don's Hot Rod Garage. Big Don with you. Around here, Ohio is the chill's starting to set in for the year. It is a day before Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Wanted to go over a couple things that I did get done on the red 55 Nomad. I was able to get the shocks replaced on the back and change some shock plates at the bottom of the leaf springs. It was a bear to get out, but we did get them out. So we'll go over a couple things real quick, then I'll let you guys slide. So I fault them shocks out of the back of this car right here, to where now it's got all new shocks all the way around, and I haven't even taken it for a ride yet, but I cut a nice little piece of plywood for the back area, so now it's got some plywood in there, and it doesn't have the big opening where the spare tire well is. It's just one full sheet, so that's cool. This is the one off of the passenger side, so it would have been on there like that, and I may be able to salvage this one, throw it in some vinegar oil, distilled vinegar oil, and a little bit of salt, and see how it cleans up. I don't really know why they didn't crank this bolt all the way down, or the nut all the way down on the bolt. They've kind of got like a couple big washers on there to, you know, clear up the gap. So I'm not sure, but I'll heat that up and I'll get that off there. Then we'll see what this plate looks like. And this was the main reason why I wanted to take them apart, because you could see that they've drilled that out. The stud must have broke. It's real common on these, where you got to take the nut off and it'll just snap. So you see where they've retrofitted this in there and then just stick welded it on both sides. But I mean, that shock don't have no pressure on it, so it should be trying to expand. It should be trying to stretch back out, and it's been dead for several days since I got it off of there. So, and these was the nuts on the top of them. I had to put a lot of heat on them to get them off, and then you got to try to keep this shaft from spinning as you screw them off of there. So I'd clamp vice grips on them and hold them, and it was a whole process. And then the 55 convertible, I had mentioned about the hood bird on the front of it. Some people was asking if I was going to put one on there, but I got this absolute beauty that come in. This is a reproduction Dan Chuck 55 hood bird, so now I'm a lot more motivated to put it onto the car. But when I set that on the hood, since, you know, they had tried to French this years ago, they had tried to eliminate the hood bird. When I set it on here, it just slides off. So if I use this hood, I'm gonna have to strip all this whatever putty's in here and things like that, and I'm gonna have to try to get that landing to come back out for where that hood bird sits on it. Because if you sit it on there right now, it wants to slide, and I don't want to. The thing's so gorgeous, I don't want to have it slide off of there and damage itself onto the ground. So next up, I'll do the shifter on this car, switch the 4-speed shifter, and then probably start doing more pieces for the convertible as well. So at the end of this video, I'm gonna put a little bit of hold on one second, somebody was trying to call, so I hope I didn't lose that valuable information. But at the end of this video, I'll do some of the work that it took to remove them shock plates on that car and get the new shocks in there. So you can watch it or feel free to skip right on through. So thanks for stopping by Don's Hot Rod Garage. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Alright, so we're getting there now. I just heated it up and let the jack down so you can see everything's moving. Good grief. I had too much of Mom's spaghetti. Now I'm out here working trying to burn it off. I don't want to touch this one a whole lot because it's hot. This is the one I just heated up. So we'll try to spin her off and drop her on the ground. Like, it's making the socket and everything hot right now. But you gotta get them hot sometimes because they're so used to being on there. They're almost seized together. Yeah, these aren't hot no more. But they'll fight you all the way down to the last thread. They really will. I wouldn't be surprised if these are original to the car. Looks like the springs are original to it. Yep, that socket's hot on my fingers. Sure enough it is. Okay. That whole, everything's hot. Put a lot of heat in that thing, get it all apart. So, I don't know what that's focusing on there. But you can see them threads they're better than I thought, to be honest with you. And there's the back one. And that thing's got some heat in it. And you can see all the years it sat against that rear end. Yeah. I just try to clean everything off, make sure when you put your new U-bolts on there, you're going against a good. Alright, got that one lined up. Let's line these up. See, and when I put it on there, I try to center the opening underneath of it around the bolt. I try to just visually center it where I think it's kind of looking the best. And then I also squeeze these U-bolts together as I'm tightening them. Try to keep everything as nice and true as possible. And this part should go really good, or really quick, because all these U-bolts, I had these on the 56, but the 56 Nomad, but I took them back off when I put the 2-inch lowering blocks on it. I'm just trying to get a couple on there to kind of hold it. And see how I look at it? I try to look at which side's got the shininess to it. That's the side that obviously has been going against the shock or the plate. So I had to heat the ones up, all 4 of them up, to get them off. And then these, since I've already worked on them, spin back on there by your finger. And I'm still holding it tight at the top, trying to keep everything centered. I don't know why that one got hard right there, but it did. Okay. Just double check my likings underneath. Flip the ratchet to the tighten side. Let's try to clamp them down. And I'm still holding it tight at the top, so everything kind of stays where it's at. And that one right there, I have to take a 10-second break for station of identification. Okay. Yeah, that one's definitely not loving things right now. You can see how it's twisting everything around. We'll get her though. I was hoping we would get her. She's and just letting that thing walk a little bit. Should put a little oil on them. All right. See, I try to make sure we got the same amount of threads, just for more of my OCD-ness. I think that one needs to come in a little bit as well. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. It is important to get these tight as you can. I'm sure they have some form of a torque spec. But my torque specs are built right into my arm. See, they're kind of matching now. Now before I go any further, I want to look at that Yeah, see, it's nice and lined up underneath there. We're getting there. See, and once again, I could have a impact socket on here, zip them all down. But when I work on my cars, this is almost like therapeutic to me. I just enjoy just filling the ratchet. I like the process. Everything else is a rush in life. When it comes to just working on the cars in the garage, I like to just slow it down, try to enjoy it. Hercules. Well, it's kind of looking like they're about the same threads. Now these are going to be shorter than these because it's sitting on the stubber for the rear end. Okay. I think that's about as tight as we're going to get down. And all that still looks good. It's still centered up. If I can get this one. Heck no, that was tight. I feel like I need to tighten that one more. But that one was giving me fits anyways. But let's see what we can do here. Guess I probably need to invest in a 3/4 deep 1/2-inch drive. I probably have one if I get over there and look. Okay. So now it's pretty straightforward. You just take this off, move all that stuff, and slide your shock right on there. I just want to double check these again. See that one? Okay. No, that's tight. But see, on these original ones, you only had a little bit of thread sticking off, so these are longer. In my pursuit of happiness, I will probably try to find a nice set of these, the proper length. Not that this matters, it's just in my mind, if I was looking underneath this car, I could tell, not only by the newer looking paint, that these have been put in here. All right, so here's the left side. Let's see if I can get you over onto the right side. Boom. So we got the shocks done. And you gotta get way up in there to get to them. The other side you might not even be able to see. Right there. So that was quite the job.